All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to yet another edition, episode 26 of the Rock and Roll Geezers show. I'm your host, Murph, and of course, we implore you to subscribe to our page and like some videos, and that helps us out a
Yes,
lot.
yes,
So
yes.
that would be a very cool thing. And got a lot more news today, and a disturbing Rolling Stone list that we have to delve into. But first, I want to welcome the man who he would walk 500 miles and he would walk 500 more. That's just the kind of guy he is. I'm talking about my partner in crime, my co-host Doc Box. How you doing, Doc?
Oh, quite splendidly, sir. How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good, man. I got a
Yeah.
got my left eye worked on. Did one of those there cataract surgery things, and I'm blown away, man. Totally blown away. It's a whole new vision. It's stunning.
That's awesome,
So,
man.
yeah, I got to get the other one done next month, and then I'll be like out of my freaking mind.
All
It'll be
right.
like the '70s all over again. It's just gonna be crazy. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So how you doing, man? What's going on?
Yeah, things are going pretty well, man. I got a little bit to talk about in the world of rock and roll. Nothing too heavy, but should have a nice little conversation episode this week.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. And
and as you
of
as you
course,
said,
go ahead.
no, as I said, please, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We do have a Facebook page too. We don't talk a whole lot about. We don't do a whole lot with it, but we're going to try to
Uh,
start doing more with it. And as we refer to things during the show, and like I know we talked about Gigi Allen last week. We posted something about him. So the
yeah.
little offshoot topics that we'll go into, we'll try to post something on our Facebook page. So
Oh yeah, yeah. So leading up the news is, oh geez, of course, the legend, Prince of Darkness, King of Death, Ozzy Osbourne. He landed his first number one on Billboard's top album sales charts with his Patient #9. So that's a pretty big deal, I would say, eh?
yeah, it kind of seems like his media blitz that we've been talking about is kind of paying off. So the album's out now, and the numbers are in, and yeah, he's kind of topping charts all over the place.
How about that?
There's charts I didn't even know existed. I haven't followed the charts in forever, but I remember back in the day, later we'll get into Rolling Stone, but I remember we used to get Rolling Stone, and on the back they'd have the album charts, and yeah, I didn't
Sure.
get it. There's so many different charts. So Ozzy he's number one in the album sales chart.
Mm.
Okay, but then he's also he's top the current album chart. Not sure
Okay,
what the
current album
distinction is there.
sales.
He's on the top rock and alternative chart, and on top of the rock chart. So apparently, rock and alternative is different from rock. And
Oh
then
boy.
top of the hard rock chart, top of the vinyl chart, and I have no idea what this one is. Top of the tastemaker chart.
Ooh.
Not sure what that is. But then
Ooh.
on the biggie, the Billboard Top 200, he's number three. So that's pretty substantial, man. Coming out of the box. Um,
Uh, I can tell you about the tastemaker chart.
but
Just kidding. Just kidding.
number one in Canada, number two in the UK, Australia,
Yeah, I
Finland,
hate her.
Austria, Germany, Sweden, and Italy. Number three in Switzerland, four in Norway. So yeah, he's topping charts all over the world, and
Ah, good
as
for
we
him.
as we spoke about, it's kind of his Sergeant Peppers, I guess. It's kind of what he's going for. So
Yeah, they're crazy. What a crazy family. I saw Sharon. I think I saw her this morning, possibly. And holy cow. Yeah, I mean, at some point, you actually do start looking plastic. You really do. And she's gotten to the point where she just looks plastic as heck. She's got this crazy, far out with the hair color. Who cares? But boy, the work she's had done. Whew, man, oh man.
yeah, she's coming up on 70, right? I believe.
Oh, I'm
I
not
think they're
sure.
talking about doing something for her 70th birthday. So
Oh, geez, but really, she's really gone just bonkers. That all, who was it? Kelly. She doesn't look anything like she used to. So they're big fans of plastic surgery, but more power to them. It's if they want to go for it, hey, more, let them go for it.
Yeah, she was kind of speaking more about their move back to the UK, and just kind of tired of the crime situation. Really, is just kind of in a nutshell.
Yep.
Kind of tired of gun violence, and kind of went a little deeper into it. People getting right back out on bail and putting back out on the streets, and all the crime stuff that Middle America kind of complains about. Sharon's kind of hip to it too. So
Yeah, it is happening. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So more power to her. But she's plastic, so it is what it is. And next on the list, I knew they'd make a boatload of money. I was talking about how all the classic rock bands, your Journeys and Motley Crues and REOs and Styx and blah blah blah, on, how they're probably making money hand over fist, much more than they made back in their heyday.
right.
But sure enough, here's an article, by golly, from the good folks at Blabbermouth. We love them. We love you, Blabbermouth. Their stadium tour earns $173 million. So I'll tell you what. As Hank Hill would say, that's righteous bucks, man. I'm not surprised though. They've been, they're packing the tours. The tickets aren't like years ago. They're very expensive, and people are willing to pay for them. So good for them, man. Wow, badass. And it's the biggest tour of either Motley Crue or Def Leppard's career. So there you go. I guess why stop? They've still got the energy.
I don't think they will. I don't think they
no.
will, from what we've been hearing.
No,
So the stadium tour's over and the numbers are in. So 173 million, 1.3 million in ticket sales, average attendance 37,500 a night. They had 4 shows where they broke the 6 million mark just for that particular show. So
oh baby, that's
quite lucrative. So
yes,
as we talked about, Motley Crue's kind of looking to continue the tour and going to South America and Europe, and I know Phil Collins from Def Leppard has said he's on board with that. And recently listened to Eddie Trunk, and he's interviewing Viv Campbell from Leppard, and they're all having a blast, and obviously they're making tons of money. So this will probably be a tour. I don't know that Poison and Joan Jett will be joining them, but I think the two of those doing the co-headlining thing will be on our radar for a couple of years, I think, or at least a year.
Yeah, I would expect so. Yeah. So good for them. I knew they'd make money hand over fist. Doggone it. The baby boomers. A lot of them are like me, are retired, and we've got a little bit of extra spending cash. So it is what it is. So good for them.
I wish I did.
I know. Yeah. And coming from Loudwire.
Be that as it may.
Coming from Loudwire, we've got the Taylor Hawkins tributes coming statewide. When is it anyway?
That will be on the 27th, so it may be
Tomorrow.
happening. It'll be tomorrow as we are recording, and so by the time you see this, it may be happening or have happened. But, doing the part 2. They did the one over in Wembley, and that was really cool. I just watched part of it again the other day. Watched the Foo Fighters set and all the different drummers they had in there filling in. So I'm sure the one.
It's a nice tribute.
I'm sure the one in LA won't disappoint. They're adding a few other acts will be joining them.
They will. Such as, what do we got? Oh, who isn't?
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. There's gonna
be
a
Tommy Lee, guys. He's always got to be in there now. Now that the tour's over, and also Joe Elliott and Phil Collins too. So, I guess now that the big stadium tour's over, those guys will be joining it. Kim Thale from Soundgarden,
outstanding.
Who's you ever watch that guy in an interview? He's just such a down to earth guy. I would love just to hang out with that guy and just talk about the good old grunge days. And
he's such a unique. I'm not sure who wrote a lot of Soundgarden's music. I imagine it was him, because the guitar parts are just so off kilter, and yet they fit in so perfectly. He's such an off the wall guitarist, and his writing is quite honestly genius. Being a guitarist, listen to that stuff. He's his guitar work is just unique as hell. So
Yeah.
good for him, man. What a
Yeah,
what
I've
a
always
cool
liked him
dude.
too. So yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he's pretty cool.
That, you know what I look
Uh,
pretty reckless is Taylor Momsen. I
Right.
don't know if you've seen her, but she's not only a great singer, but she's rather pleasing to the new eye, if
Yeah,
you
they've been
will.
around. They've been around for a little while. Yeah, I'm aware of them. So
Gonna be an
yeah, and they're gonna
awesome
have some
time.
of the other acts that were over at London's Wembley will be joining the Rush. The guys from Rush will be joining them again.
Of course, that's
Justin
cool.
Hawkins, James Gang. So other than Brian Johnson and Brian May, so the Bryans apparently are not rejoining. But I think
No?
pretty much everybody else, Chrissy Hind, and I think pretty much everybody else that was over there is going to be doing this one as well. With the, again, as we stated, a few added on. So
The
we will
list of
see.
people, yeah.
You will see.
Well,
I
now
think
now
it's.
I'm looking at a list here, and Brian May is on the list.
Oh, okay,
I don't know if
okay.
it's true. Roger Taylor,
I saw Roger Taylor on the list, but I didn't see Brian
Rufus
May. Okay,
Taylor, Kim. Boy, just the list is
okay. I
stunning.
stand
The amount
corrected.
of people.
Okay.
Sebastian Bach.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo! Sebastian Bach. Travis Barker. Ain't he hitting up with one of the Kardashians now? Kim, isn't Travis Barker with Kim? I don't know. They crazy sons of guns. Geezer Butler. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
Geezer. You know, that's a
Representing the Geezers. Way to go.
Stuart Copeland. Yeah. Miley Cyrus. Okay. It's going to be a crazy good time, though. So, you know, more power to him. You know, he was quite a dude.
They did have a couple guests that were asked not to join the bill for one reason or another.
Why is that? Who's that?
Leanne Rhymes and
Leanne.
Gene Simmons.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, time out. Hold on. Okay, time out. Wait. What's Leanne Rhymes have anything to do with this gig?
You know, I actually know that Taylor Hawkins put out a solo album 2019. I want to say, not too terribly long ago, a couple years
All
ago,
right.
2-3 years ago. It's Taylor Hawkins and the Coattail Riders. That was a cool name for a side band, I thought.
Cool.
But she sang on that. Yeah, they met. Apparently, she's a neighbor of his. I remember seeing an interview where he was talking about putting that album together, and they had met like at a coffee shop or local kind of
I'll be
cafe
darned.
kind of thing, and got to talking, and yeah, she did a spot on his solo album. So
I'll be darned. Well, I wonder why they
she's
wouldn't
asked
let her.
not to.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, I don't know why she's asked.
So she's
I don't
obviously
know.
got a killer voice. I mean, they're
Yeah.
them country gals all got killer voice. Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons, it's obvious.
That's sort of amusing. Well, really, I mean, he's in everything. So
yeah, but he has no friends.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. There he is. Yep.
Nobody likes Gene. Nobody
pointing
wants
at-
Gene around.
Look at
man.
him.
No-
You can tell he's got no friends. That face. That's so sad. Too bad for you, Gene. So yeah. So nobody wants him to play because he's got no friends. Well, I'm not surprised. You know, when you're that hardcore businessman, you don't make a lot of friends. You know, guys who are very successful, you know, they keep a few friends at arm's length, and that's it. You know, because they're basically ruthless, and I'm sure he's ruthless as shit. I'm sure he's not fun to party with. You know, if you pass him something, he's just going to give you a scowl.
Right, give me a lecture.
Yeah, here's a margarita, Gene.
Tell him how he started Kiss, back in the day, and how he invented the devil horn sign, and doing all those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But,
apparently, with the double horn sign, now I've heard that Ronnie James Dio's grandmother invented that. Was it grandmother? Yeah.
That's what I was heard. That was like an Italian. It was like a hex. It was like putting a jinx on somebody or something.
Geez. Yeah. Woo.
And then he just kind of started doing it in concerts and stuff. And, I guess it's popped up throughout pop culture in other ways. But yeah, in the way that it's used, that's Dio, man. But nonetheless, get sidetracked. But yeah, Gene Simmons just did an interview with Goldmine magazine, and says he has no friends and he likes it that way. He says he wants to do what he wants to do. He's not interested in doing what you want to do. Kind of to paraphrase, but
that's
pretty much what he said.
At least he's honest,
So, I remember watching on the Family Jewels reality show he had there for a while, and it was kind of obvious even on there. Yeah, he had no steady friends. He'd pop up, he'd hang out with Carrot Top or whatever for a little bit, or,
Just use him and abuse him and boom
but,
on the way.
I never even got the sense that even like he and Paul were even close. Really, they just kind of get together.
Business partners.
It's time to do something. Yeah.
They're businessmen that just happen to be musicians, because.
But he's very close with his family. I mean, that's kind of his. I guess that's his social outlet is his family, I suppose. But
well, that's good, I guess.
I'll hang out with you, Gene. Come on, Gene. You and I can hang out, man.
Come on, Gene. I'll show you how to party, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm an expert. I've been an expert for a long time, so.
Yeah, man.
Come on, Gene. Geez, get off your high horse, damn it.
We'll even do what you want to do, Gene. I'll let you hold the remote, man. Come on, man. Come on over, man.
Oh, poor Gene. Well, he may not have any friends, but he's rich as hell. But what a trade-off. Yeah. Would you rather have a ton of great friends and not
but
have
if you got nobody to
money?
share with, yeah, but you got nobody to share with. But like I said, he's got. I don't know. You want to have at least one or two close friends to do stuff with. But
yeah. Well, that's how I am, man. I just got a few close friends, and that's good enough for me. Shit. Okay, speaking of friends, we got a couple guys who ain't friends, it seems, anymore. That would be none other than, let me whip it up here. Uh-oh, there they are. There's Journey. Yeah. What are we talking about here? Well, it seems that Neil Sean and Steve Perry are in a battle over Journey trademarks. Right. And what a shame. Jeez, it's a shame they can't get along, but the Steve Perry... he claims a trademark on some of the group's biggest hits, and I'm not sure all what's going on. What do you know about that?
He has filed a petition to cancel trademark registration, filed by Neil Schon and Jonathan Cain. So apparently, the three of them are Journey in the company brand. They are them. So apparently, just last year, Steve Smith, longtime drummer, and Ross Valerie, even longer time bass player, were kind of booted. They were booted out, and
I think they were trying to take some credit or whatnot on their trademark on it. And oh boy, what a bad move that was. Yeah,
they were trying to kind of overstep their bounds a little bit, it seemed like, and so they got booted. So now it's down to those three guys, Cain, Schon, and Perry. And obviously, there's been some distance between them. Perry's been doing his own thing for quite a while, and so now it's they have 20 songs that they're looking to put on hats and I'm sure the title of the song or whatnot, and T-shirts and that sort of thing.
Playing at baseball games and whatnot.
And Steve Perry's voting no on it. And it was established in '98 or whenever when they put this together that it was a unanimous thing. Everybody had to agree, or it wasn't going to be done. So sounds like it's going to get ugly. Neil Schon has said, "You haven't heard the last of this, my friends. We are going to peel back the onion."
I don't know what that means. Well, now
Perry sounds ominous. Sounds there's a lot of things to this, but it sounds like Steve Perry is legally in the right. I mean, if they agreed that they all have to agree, it's got to be unanimous. Then,
well, here it is. Here's the actual quote. No partner may authorize, approve, or disapprove any use or exploitation or grant or license any rights in or to any group compositions in whole or in part, including without limitation the titles thereof in connection with any product or otherwise without the prior written unanimous consent of all the partners. So it's right there. It's right there in the contract. So like you say, he's probably got himself a case. But what a shame it has to come to this, for crying out loud.
Yeah, really. You don't think about that sort of thing, back in, when you're starting a band and you're trying to make it, and, think, 20, 30, 40 years into the future, you're going to be at each other's throats over copyright issues, but it's a shame, man.
It really is. Some of the best music, but, really.
One thing I thought was interesting, of the 20 songs, Don't Stop Believing was not one of them.
What?
So I don't know if they already have some deals with that song? On
Maybe
its
they
own?
didn't write it. Maybe so they got
No,
co-writers.
no.
They did? Wow.
I'm guessing they probably already have deals with that song, just by itself. I would think.
Wow.
And now these other 20 songs that they want to love and touch and squeeze and those kind of songs like that. So yeah,
Boy, oh boy, what a shame. His final concert with him was in early '87. It's been that long.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Early '87. He joined him for a brief performance in '91 to honor Bill Graham, the legend
Oh right.
promoter. But that was it. And wow, back in October of '18, he told Rolling Stones that he couldn't imagine working with Sean in any capacity again, or even reestablishing their friendship.
Wow.
Boom! Wow, that's a
But
that's more than
when they went to the Hall of Fame a couple years ago, and at their induction, they all seemed very, they were getting along, and everything seemed cool, and they were very,
yeah, well,
flattering of each other, and
undertones.
But I guess in that moment, that's the right thing to do, and then kind of put everything on the shelf for that evening, but
yeah,
they
I'll be
seem to
down.
be
What a
back,
shame, though. What a shame that they just
too
can't.
bad they can't get along.
Can't get along. Dang it! Oh, here's a bizarre story. Maroon 5's Adam Levine, whoever the hell his name is. Jeez, what a numbnuts. He reportedly mused that no, and this is according to Loudwire, of course, one of our main sources. He reportedly mused that no hot chicks listen to metal. Now, wait a minute, you douchebag. Just wait a freaking minute. Metal chicks are some of the hottest chicks in the world, period. Are you kidding me? Maybe he should go to a metal concert and see all the tight leather and all the spangles and whatnot. And,
Yeah, he didn't grow up with the same metal chicks I grew up with. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh, what's he out of his mind? Hey,
So
dumbass. But yeah, apparently, he got the ire of Disturbed, and Disturbed gave him shit about it. So as well they should. Yeah, metal chicks or hot chicks? Come on.
I guess Disturbed frontman David Draymond is he's kind of come out and said, hey, my wife's pretty hot, and she likes metal, and so you need to improve your DM game, bud.
Yeah.
Which refers to it was in a text. It was in a private text
Ooh,
that the
boy.
comment was made, and then the woman that the comment was made to, then she took it viral and got out. Which, I don't know.
What a dumb.
This world just too crazy about that kind of stuff. Anyway, I mean, the guy's, it's in a private conversation. He kind of makes it offhand. I think it was a comment something like, "Metal chicks aren't hot except for you." He's kind of flirting with the chick, kind of, But and then it gets taken like that. But I guess he said some. I guess he said some things in the past about rocks, hard rocks dead or whatever. And Corey Taylor, kind of from Slipknot, had some words about that. But
stay in your lane. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of has some, but he's Maroon 5, man.
Who cares?
Whatever.
Yeah. Stay in your lane. Go play your poppy, cute, sappy ass music.
Yeah.
And leave us rockers alone.
Yeah.
Jeez almighty.
Yeah.
Sappy
We don't want you on our side of the road.
There's no headbanging going on at his concerts. It's all, just I won't say it. I'll keep it clean. But what a dumbass, though, really. I mean, no, metal chicks are the hottest chicks. Are you kidding me? My gosh. So, yeah, he sort of failed on that one. Way to go, dope. Jeez. Oh, let's see what else we got next up here. Mariah Carey. Wow. I'll let you expound on this one.
Yeah, I got this story again. Like last week, we got a story from a friend of mine. We got another one from Hannah Quintana. Sent this one. Mariah Carey apparently recorded a alternative album back in the mid '90s.
That's great.
And she it was during a time when she's very pop oriented, obviously. And it kind of at first the story reminded me like Garth Brooks. Remember when he did that Chris Gaines persona or whatever back in the late '90s?
Oh boy, was that a train wreck?
Yeah, that was a train wreck. So I can see why she wouldn't want to come out with it at that point. and now you come out with it as kind of a fun look back instead of a career move, which it would have been at the time, I suppose. But yeah, she had these lost tapes, and apparently it's from what I understand, and I reread the story a couple times. I couldn't quite find the details I wanted, but it seems that she's doing some songs that were already recorded and released. There was a band called Chick, and all the songs on their album, except for they did a cover of Cheap Trick Surrender. But other than that, every song on their album was Mariah Carey, written, produced, and she sung backup and harmonies. So she's got the lost tapes of just her singing them, and she's going to release those songs as an alternative album. So
But hang on a second. Hang on. Time out. Of all the Cheap Trick songs to do, you pick Surrender. Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
I swear to God, that I had to play that song at a bunch of bands, and oh, jeez. Okay, well, of all the Cheap Trick songs she's picked, there's you know as well as me, she could have picked something out of the first 3 albums that was just stunning. But I guess you got to go with the popular stuff. But
Yeah.
just
Well,
the
that
fact
wasn't her. That was that band Chick.
Okay, but just the fact that
album
she's
they released. So
just the fact that she went off on this tangent is really interesting. 'Cause,
yeah.
oh man, she's got a crazy voice.
And I listened to a
can
couple of the
imagine.
songs as they were done by Chick,
Yeah.
and very much put me in mind of like Courtney Love and Hole.
Really?
kind of that kind of sound. Yeah.
Crazy.
So
That is crazy cool.
yeah, it should be. She's putting it out. The album's going to be called Someone's Ugly Daughter, which is kind of a cool for an alternative band name. So yeah, it might not be so bad, man. I mean, obviously,
Check it out.
not a big Mariah Carey fan, but
Yeah, not a big Mariah Carey, are you saying? She's sort
no
of
pun intended. Yeah.
Well, she's cracked on a few, but she God bless her. More power to her. She gets to do whatever the hell she wants at this point.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, very cool alternative album. I'm looking forward to checking it out, and we'll probably have a review at some point on a later show. So how cool is that?
Yeah.
Okay, whack job time. All right. Jeez. Robert Fripp, King Crimson legend since
Oh
the
yeah,
late '60s.
prog rock pioneer, man.
Okay,
yeah.
let me get it up here. Okay, see there he is with his wife Tova. They look so normal, Gosh, he's always wearing a suit too, even at home. I think when he's probably banging her, he's probably wearing a suit. I mean, he's that kind of guy. He's just always wearing a suit. But everybody thinks, oh, that looks so normal. But wait just a minute, folks. There we go. There they are. They are out of their freaking mind. They post videos a lot on Facebook doing popular songs. And they're especially during the pandemic when they were locked in, probably over in England, because England was locked in heavy. But yeah, they went nuts with all these crazy ass videos.
Yeah,
And,
like the strategic blur across her.
Well, oh boy, she's got a set of bodacious tatas. I'll tell you, Doc, they're really impressive. But yeah, you can't show them on this. They didn't show them on this picture, which is fine. But he's out of his mind, and he's a really amazing musician. I mean, when King Crimson goes out, he's got the best musicians with him, and they've got a very eclectic set of music that most people wouldn't enjoy. Quite honestly, the people that are they just want to hear that beat and boom, boom, boom. Well, his music is quite different, but he's tortured, man. He's a tortured individual. When he goes out on tour, I mean, that he's tunnel vision. There is nothing else. I mean, it causes him grief.
Right.
I mean, he's so tunnel vision on his playing, and then the situation he's in, and it's just. I'm not surprised, quite honestly, because he's been an enigma through his whole career. Never really, I'm sure they're packing the houses now. Quite honestly, like I said before, with the old classic rock bands. This ain't a classic rock band, but it's a band that's been around forever. Be it the electronica music he plays, whatever. But you know, they're gonna start packing the house. I wish.
Oh
I
yeah,
would have
they've
seen
had
him
their
last
steady
time he came
fans
in.
for well 50 years now. Yeah.
He came in. Yeah, they were actually in Chicago last year at one of those wine and cheese
I
places.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just for some reason I couldn't make it.
Yeah, I
But
remember
I'm
that.
sure they'll be back. He's one of those bands that, like Alice Cooper. You know, he's a working musician. I'm surprised he's not touring now. I don't know what the situation is, but he's like he's a constantly touring guy usually. So we'll see if he gets up on tour again. But he's out of his mind and he's tortured and good God.
Yeah, he had the interview with New York Times. Had an interview with him this past week, and that's exactly what he was talking about. Was he called it acute suffering. He's just driven to perfectionism. That is it's just just torture. Yeah.
Oh, poor guy. Jeez, he needs to get out on tour.
And
get
I can
busy.
see that. These prog guys. Back in the day, they took things to the limit, man. They took playing. I mean, and to have to play that stuff now, 50 years later,
Ouch.
and note for note, and
Yeah,
it's gotta be challenging, man.
Yeah, because they weren't slackers back then for sure.
No,
And
no. I mean,
he was touring last year. He toured with 3 drummers, and you say, 3 drummers, crying out loud. It's bad enough that who was it? Allman Brothers had 2, I think.
yeah, there's a few
they
bands
got
have had
3,
too,
but
yeah.
it works out because each drummer also does either keyboards or something else going on. But it's an amazing show. He's if he comes through again, I pretty much guarantee the RnRGzrs will definitely show up to check that out because that's some crazy stuff. He's always got great players. Of course, the great Bill Bruford on drums has retired now, and if you've heard any of the first, I believe, 2 Yes albums, you've heard Bill Bruford. I mean, amazing drummer. So I bet he's retired.
And Fripp's one of those kind of guys too that kind of continues to gain an audience with the younger crowd. Kind of, the guys that are really into the prog sound and stuff. They all recognize him as the
And just real into excellence, musicianship,
yeah.
Total.
Well, that's to the point that we're with the interview where it drives him crazy. We're just
right. Well, and like
a mad scientist.
It's like Steve Hackett. Steve Hackett again is out on tour, of course, over in Europe, and now he does 2 sets. He does the first set is his own music, and the second set is the album Foxtrot from Genesis, which is celebrating its 50th year.
Okay.
And these guys they go.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy good time.
Yeah,
Fripp, I hope Fripp gets back out on tour because he's we need to see that. We need some funky shit in our lives here, brother. So yeah, there you go, Robert Fripp. Come on, get your ass out on tour. Cooper's on tour right now. Alice Cooper, he's got, of course, Kane Roberts playing there. I don't know where they are. Probably over in Europe or something. But
no. They were just in Hammond, Indiana.
Were they really? Oh yeah, that's right. You brought that up. Yeah. Oh well, we'll see him. We'll see him. We'll see Kane shoot off that machine gun guitar of his. Here's a sad story. Legendary guitarist. I first heard him on Humble Pie's "Rockin' the Fillmore" live album, double live album. The most just a stunningly great album. You had him and you had
Steve Marriott.
The late Steve Marriott died in a house fire, but Steve Marriott, of course, with Small Faces, Itchycoo Park.
Yeah.
But he ended up with Humble Pie, and he was so fortunate to have his other guitarist was Peter Frampton, and they put out an amazing album. After he left Humble Pie, and of course, oh, wait a while, let me see. I think I got it here. Where is it? There it is. Oh, boy. Oh, ladies.
Frampton's Camel in between there. He had a little project called Frampton's Camel, and then, the Monster.
The Monster. Everybody every kid in America was required to have this album. I've got this album.
Yeah,
You know, but back then you were required to. Frampton Comes Alive, and it's sad that Peter Frampton's his health is it's deteriorating. It's sad. He quotes, "My legs are not good. I can't stand. That would be dangerous for me now because I get so carried away when I'm playing. No doubt that I'm liable to fall over." So he's going to do his farewell tour basically sitting down, which talk
Right.
on it, being a geezer, that just yeah. Peter Frampton has revealed he will perform the rest of his farewell tour seated as a result of his ongoing health issues. What a shame! And this guy gave us some great music. Even the legendary Frampton Comes Alive. I mean, let's face it. They brought the voice box into the mainstream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Can
Yeah.
you feel like I do? Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like I do? Yeah, yeah. That. But yeah, he's been battling inclusion body myositis, a progressive degenerate disease that weakens the legs, arms, wrists, and fingers. Doggone it. So he's on his farewell tour. Gave us a lot of great music, and I tell you, man, that Rockin' the Fillmore, Humble Pie. Boy, what a legacy to leave right there. With that album and Frampton Comes Alive, he can just walk away. Just walk away and say, yeah.
Yeah, but there's even more to him than that. I mean,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
done
but boy,
some
for
other
me,
albums. But yeah, for sure, those were high points. Yeah, for sure.
what a shame.
Yeah, fortunately, yeah, he was diagnosed in 2017 after falling on stage a couple times, and he said, "Hey, you better look into this." And so he was diagnosed in 2019.
Mm.
He announced that he was going to do this tour, and I'm sure it was delayed by COVID, like everything else, probably. But
Sure.
yeah, so he's going to go out there. I don't know what dates he has lined up. It's coming around, but I might be cool to check out. He had a couple other albums. Y'all remember after It Comes Alive, we had the album "I'm in You," which was just a notch down from a Playgirl centerfold cover, pretty much.
What are you talking about, brother?
That's when Pete kind of faded in the rock world a little bit, trying to go a little bit. But then he came out in an album in 1981 called "Breaking All the Rules."
Okay.
Pretty good album, pretty solid album
Yeah.
for the time, especially had that kind of early '80s sound to it. But he does a version of "Friday on My Mind" on here, and I just
Friday
want
on
to
My
bring
Mind.
this up.
Isn't that the Friday on My Mind? Let me see. Let me guess. Hang on. That was the Easy Beats.
The Easy
right?
Beats. Ding ding, we have a winner. The Easy Beats from Australia. And
Tell it.
one of the members of the Easy Beats was a fella named George Young.
Yeah.
And he happened to be the older brother of a couple of young upstart musicians named Angus and Malcolm Young.
AC/DC,
And,
yeah.
He kind of, since he had his foot in the door in the business, on the strength that, well, they were popular in Australia with other songs, but
that went around the world, though.
Yeah, internationally, definitely on the strength of that song, and kind of got his younger brother's band a little bit of an opening to get in there and kind of get started. So, hey, who knows? Without that song, we may not have AC/DC, man.
Holy cow! I'll be darned.
That's a tangent on a tangent. I know, but
that is so cool. Yeah. That is very cool. But shame to hear about Peter Frampton, though. What a shame. Legend.
I hope the best for Pete. He toured with Bowie. Oh gosh, late '80s. I mean, because like I said, what comes down to it, he's a great guitarist, man. And, so.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, fucking yeah. So, boy, oh boy, Peter, hang in there, brother. Time to retire, but yeah, he sure kicked some booty. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, Riot Fest. Yeah, they just had that, right? That was just recently.
Yeah, just last week.
Yeah. And the neighbors, of course, are bitching about it. I'm not surprised, though. Geez, neighbor. That's what neighbors do. They bitch. But they're cleaning it up, and it got great reviews, except from the neighbors. The neighbors are always bitching because it's just not that good location to have the the festival. It's not convenient traffic wise and whatnot, and that's what the
Yeah,
neighbors are
it's not.
bitching about. And
I'm or have been a regular attendee of Riot
right,
Fest. I've been to
yeah,
like I don't know 6, 7 of them, something like that. And currently they have it at Douglas Park in Chicago, and it's pretty much right in the middle of a residential area, really.
yeah, yep,
And not the not on the best side of town. It's kind of a little bit run down, and I'm sure but I have shown up day one, right at the beginning. Nothing even happened yet, and the neighborhood's kind of trash. So the blame it on the festival as far as the trash. I don't know. But from what I've read, it's not even so much the trash. They're just kind of complaining about the traffic and the parking, because there is no. I mean, there's not parking lots. You're just parking along the sides of whatever
oh
streets you can
yeah,
find,
that's got to
whatever
be a disaster when you have that
whatever
many
side
people.
streets. Yeah. So that's
Oh,
pretty tough. So
yeah,
I can imagine, the locals probably don't care for that. But from what I understand, and I'm not sure what I want to say it's like a 10-block radius. They all get free tickets to attend it, but it's not exactly their type of music, I'm sure. And
yeah,
and they have to hear that for 3 days straight. I don't know that I'd be too hip on that.
yeah, not the best place to do it. So
Yeah.
right,
So
just got to retain.
previously they had it at a Humboldt Park, and they were moved out of there for the exact same reason. So just kind of seems like they're constantly on the run looking for a place. I remember a couple years ago they had a pretty good scare where they were in threat of being shut down, like pretty close up the time for the festival to happen. So yeah, it seems like they might want to find a good permanent spot somewhere. And I don't know, it seems like
Yeah.
they're always trying to find somewhere, and nobody
Yeah.
really wants them.
Oh boy, move out to the burbs. Get the hell out of Chicago, for Christ's sake. That's your first move. But it is what
to
it
be
is.
geezerly for a moment, it's kind of. I used to go and see a lot of good old punk bands, a lot of bands of all genres, and now it's just a lot of younger bands that I don't care to go. So, but at one time it was a great festival, and hope they get better. But yeah.
Yeah, we're in weird times, so. Okay, hey, let's get to our main focus of this show. Oh, jeez, Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones. What did they do to tick us off this time? Well, they've brought out a new list of the greatest songs. Correct, the 500 greatest songs of all time, and they brought out a new list. And man, they're mental. They're mentally ill. I'm telling you, they're out of their freaking minds. I saw, the ones they removed, and talk about it, Doc.
It's stunning. Rolling Stone. It's kind of become kind of a, I don't know, liberal rag, I suppose, for lack of a better term. But they, from time to time, they'll put out a list: 500 greatest albums, greatest guitarist, greatest vocalist, whatever. Excuse me. But this time it was a greatest songs, which seems to me that'd be a pretty tough one to do. Greatest song. That's greatest bands. You can look over a body of work or even an album, but greatest song just for that one moment. That'd be a tough one to do. But nonetheless, So nonetheless, they put a list out in 2004. And then they put out updated that in 2010. So from those 6 years, there were 26 songs that were replaced. So
okay, that sounds logical.
Yeah, that seems proportionate for the amount of time.
Sure.
So now that they come out with this other one in 2021, and 254 songs have been replaced. Over half of the list.
Wait a while. Something's rotten in Denmark.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on there?
So there's no way you can tell me that half of the greatest songs ever made have been in the last 12 years. There's just no way.
Sorry. No way. No.
Or even songs. I see there's some songs on the list that weren't on there before that were out prior. So that kind of makes you think, okay, if they weren't on the list before, what has changed? I know culture changes and the zeitgeist changes and public, opinion and that kind of thing. But some of them seem pretty extreme. We'll go into them a little bit here, but
Yeah, let's.
well, just go over the top 10. The top 10 from 2004 to 2010 from those two lists didn't change. So you had at number 10, Ray Charles. What'd I say? Great song. Very influential song.
Are you saying that's been lifted from the list?
No. This is just the top 10 as it stood before.
Okay.
This is just the top 10.
Okay, lay it on.
And how the top 10 has changed. And then we'll go into some of them that have been on.
All right.
Number 9, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
Number 8, Hey Jude. These are all pretty standard. What we've come to know for number 7, Johnny Be Good.
Okay.
Number 6, Beach Boys, Good Vibrations. Aretha Franklin, Respects.
Oh yeah.
Marvin Gaye, What's Going On.
Yeah.
Number 3, John Lennon, Imagine.
Yeah.
Number 2, Satisfaction, Rolling Stones.
Okay.
And number 1 song of all time, Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone.
Bingo. And that's a solid list.
That's a solid list. Okay.
Solid. Yeah, really, you can't beat that crap.
Okay. So now,
those are legendary songs.
2021.
Oh my God.
The redoing of the list.
Okay.
And some of the top 10 are still in here, just been moved around, but some of them, well, they'll go over. And we're going backwards this time. But number one this time around is Aretha Franklin, Respect.
Number 1. Okay.
Yeah, so that's number 1 now. So, but number 2.
Number 2.
And you got to look at the political climate, I suppose, at the time, and I don't know how I want to word this.
Jeez, what do you got?
The millennial generation, I suppose. Number 2 is "Fight the Power" by Public Enemy. Okay, so now that's the number 2's greatest. Number 3, "A Change Is Gonna Come," Sam Cooke. Number 4, Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone. So that dropped from number 1 to number 4.
Jeez.
Smells Like Teen Spirit jumped from 9 to 5.
That's a legendary song. Okay.
What's Going On? Marvin Gaye still on the list.
Won't argue about that one.
But now instead of "Hey Jude" by the Beatles, they have "Strawberry Fields."
I don't understand that. Well,
number 8, I'm going to come back to. Number 9, Fleetwood Mac, "Dreams." Is the number 9 song, but
of all time.
Of all time. But why this is of note is it was not on the list before.
Oh wow! It just
this song's been
became fabulous.
Right, this song's been out for 45 years, and was not even on the list, and now it's number 9. Great song.
Yeah,
I'm shocked that it wasn't on the list.
What?
But how did it go from not being on the list? Okay, that's an omission, but to jump up into number 9, I don't know. And then number 10, the number 10 greatest song of all time.
Wow.
Outkast, "Hey Ya."
Wait a time. What?
Okay.
No, man. No, that is not even close.
That is not as disturbing as number 8.
Oh my God! What do you got for number 8?
This is the number 8 greatest song of the rock and roll era. Well, of the rock and roll era. I don't think they go back to Sinatra. Come to some of the standard.
Okay, so all the legendary
of the rock and roll era.
All the legendary artists and the legendary heartfelt songs that we remember through our whole lives and part of our being and bring back such great memories. What is the number 8 song?
Number 8 is Missy Elliott, "Get Your Freak On."
Oh, gee, man, creepers. We've gone to hell. I give up. I give up, man. This country's just gone to hell. Number 8, the best song in the whole freaking world. Yeah, no, gee,
ever made.
God help him, man. Oh, jeez.
That's better than "Freebird." It's better than "Stairway to Heaven."
Oh.
It's better than "Hey Jude." It's better than "Born to Run." It's better than "Enter Sandman." It's better than you name it.
Oh my God!
That is the number 8 song.
Rolling Stones, Rolling Stone magazines. You should just call it a day. Yeah, I mean, I
think it's time to fire some millennial editors.
You've proven that you don't know shit from Shinola. That there's no way in hell that song is anywhere near a top
I don't think
million.
I don't think the biggest fan of that song would even say that it's the number 8 song of all time.
That is unbelievable. Are you kidding me? That's
I'm trying to look. How do they justify this? And I look in there, and her comments was, "It sounded like the future." Dude, I
Get
can
your
think of
freaking-
1,000 songs probably in a sitting that sounded
ground
like
control to Major
Yeah, I mean,
Tom.
that sounded like the future when they came out, man. And I don't
Jeez, are
know.
you
To
kidding
me,
me?
that's
That-
not enough.
That's insane. I'm
That's
sorry,
insane,
and to drop like a Rolling Stone to 4 from 1. Sorry, that's not gee.
Yeah.
Good God Almighty, what a
But they have
waste!
some of the other artists that have been included. A lot of Kanye, a lot of
Oh,
Lizzo, a lot
Lizzo,
of
good
Lil Nas X, some Lil Wayne, a lot of Lils. Lady Gaga seems, she probably had a couple songs that probably deserve to get in there to come out.
Oh, geez, I've got a ranker article right here that shows the songs that have been kicked off. You got the same thing?
That's what I found interesting. I'm like, okay, well, screw Rolling Stone. Obviously, we're done with Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
That list, that came out a while ago, and I didn't really want to get into it because it was, I don't know. But
Oh my
now
gosh.
the website Ranker, who does exactly what you would think, they rank things, and
Right.
then, whatever. I mean, they have tons of different categories, just pretty much everything you can think of.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are kind of skewed, just people being goofballs and getting on there and voting crazily or whatever. But this one seems pretty solid, and it was concerning that list, and
Yeah.
it was the top 16 songs that were dropped. So these, out of the 254 that were dropped, these are what the fans of Ranker consider to be the top 16 that should not have been dropped.
Let's lay it on me,
So
man.
we'll go through these, and we'll start at
Yeah.
16. Starting at 16, it had previously been number 368 on the list, was Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus.
Depeche Mode, I dig them.
If we're going to use Get Your Freak On as the bar, says that was probably the highest new song ranking, I suppose.
Yeah.
I would say that's a better song than
Oh,
Get
yeah.
Your Freak On.
Oh yeah, I like Depeche Mode. I'm really hip on that 80s electronica.
Yeah,
There was
they had
so
that,
much of it in the 80s, so
Yeah.
much of it.
But they did it in a cool way, They had it kind of, it was a little darker, a little,
Bingo, yeah.
a little more to it,
A dark tinge to the music for sure, but it was
And
great.
Johnny Cash does a cover of that song, which is just, any song he just redoes.
That
he just,
that tells
he
you
just
right
makes his
there.
own, yeah.
That tells
He
you
does
right
a song,
there about it.
he does a cover of that, just unbelievable.
Forget about it, yeah.
Number 15, If You Believe in Magic, Love and Spoonful.
Do you believe in magic? Jeez, that song's that song's been a part of
Yeah.
American radio forever. It's just a great
Yeah,
song.
it just kind of shows their, I guess, disrespect to the songs that, of the past, the songs that built this culture of rock and roll,
It was ranked 216th, so it's not like
Yeah,
well,
it's
we'll
right-
drop
right,
it down to 230th. No, they just throw it
Right.
off the whole freaking list.
Yeah. Oh,
What
that's
kind of
nothing compared to
schmucks
somebody's
they got
coming up with.
working there? Jerk
But
off.
next one is Blondie, One Way or Another.
Oh, jeez.
Was number 298. Now it's off the list. Never one of my particular favorites, but again, it's still in regular rotation on classic rock
yeah.
radio, man.
And what's replacing it? Some I'm sure a bunch of crap. Just a bunch
some Beyonce, no doubt.
Oh, jeez.
The next next three really, but these next two kind of go together and are quite disturbing. We'll put them together. 13 and 12. Jerry Lee Lewis, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, and Little Richard, Long Tall Sally.
Are you kidding me?
Previously 61 and 56 respectively. And why don't you just go to your whatever building you live in, find the foundation of that building and take it out, okay? And just see how that works for you, man. This is the foundation. These songs were the foundation.
Whole Lot of Shaking Going On. Are you kidding me? That is the birth of freaking rock and roll. And they got the nerve to take it totally off the list. and replace.
And I can't
no
even
doubt, replace it
understand.
from-
I can't even understand the Little Richard one. If it's a, you know, in this cultural times, I mean, there's a bisexual black man from Georgia. I mean, you think just
Yeah.
on,
Yeah,
on that
exactly.
alone, you know, but
oh,
again,
that
it
is,
just shows to me the disrespect of you know.
my God.
All right, well, let's get into a home. We'll get a little geezerly here for a moment.
Yeah.
It just seems that this generation is a lot of they don't respect what's come before as they should. You know,
Yeah. Well,
these people, these artists that came before, maybe, you know, it's not hip right now, but 50, 60 years ago when this stuff came out, it was revolutionary, man. It was
Bingo.
revolutionary. And you would not be where you are now without that.
That's
you know,
correct.
They think they're standing on the shoulders of giants and they think they're flying. They don't understand how they got up that high to begin with.
And really,
So
how old are the people that made this list? How old how old are the kids that made this? That listened to a whole lot of shit going on and said, no, that ain't even worth the top 500. That should be a top 10 forever. It's like you said, it's the foundation of rock and roll music, for crying out loud. That's total crap right there. That's just amazing. Jeez.
This next one disturbs me probably the most on the list. It was formerly number 63, but now Buffalo Springfield's For What It's Worth is no longer on the list.
Get out of here. That's a legendary song during the Vietnam War.
That song symbolizes an era. Every Vietnam era movie you watch, that song's in it. Oh my God. I can't. It's sampled throughout hip hop, even the cultural impact it's had that way. It's sampled. If people don't know the song For What It's Worth by the title, it's, you know, stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. That song.
I'll tell you what, they did a great version on the Muppets show. The Muppets show actually did an amazingly cool version of that song. I mean, it's
an iconic song, man.
They take it off of the list. It doesn't even make number 499. It's
one of the
not
most
worth
iconic songs. Buffalo Springfield is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame basically on the strength of that one song. I don't know. I mean,
wow. Rolling Stone. What a bunch of numbnuts. You really.
For what it's worth, how it got its name. Stephen Stills, real quick story. Stephen Stills wrote the song, and the song was concerning a protest on the Sunset Strip, where you had to be 21 to go to the clubs from now on. So that was a big uproar, and they had protests on it. But the lyrics are so general. I mean, they fit even today. Shit that's going on today.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just a timeless song.
It is.
But anyway, so he sits down to play the song. He's trying to get a band together, and he's playing it for a guy. And he goes, "Here, I'll play you this song For What It's Worth." And he plays the song, and he goes, "Yeah, it's all right, but I really don't have a name for it." Yeah, he goes, "Well, I thought you gave me the name." He goes, "What are you talking about?" You said For What It's Worth. He goes, "Oh no, I was just saying I'll play it for what it's worth." He goes, "Oh, well, that's the song." And that's how. So.
Outstanding. Hey, there you go, man.
Yeah, from 63. Yeah, and that even seems like it should have been higher. Honest. I mean, I don't know. You look at other songs, and they all fit in.
That is stunning. That is stunning.
One is stunning. All right, moving on. Number 10, Walk This Way, Aerosmith.
Jeez.
Was 287. Now it's off the list.
No, that's bullshit. Aerosmith, one of the legendary American groups, been around forever. One of the groups with staying power, and from the word go, they've been badass. This was Walk This Way, I believe, was from their first album.
No, third album. That was off Toys in the Attic.
Walk This Way was?
Yeah, Walk This Way was off Toys in the Attic. That's the first time I ever bought because of that song.
But nonetheless, they've been.
And then obviously later they had the collaboration with Run DMC. I would bet that version is still on the list. I didn't look into that.
I don't know.
I might be speaking out of turn here, but
that really brought them back into the mainstream.
My gut tells me
that was crazy. Nonetheless, that Aerosmith, that took the song off the list. 500 best songs. I'm sorry, that's easily on the list, and I'd hate to see what it was replaced with. quite honestly. Some bullshit. Because, geez, Aerosmith, from the word go, especially their early days when they were all hopped up on Lord knows what, they wrote some of the best hard rock and roll. And the Rocks album is just mind blowing. So, of course, they take it off. They take it off the list. I like I say, I can only imagine what it's been replaced by.
Get
This
your
list
freak
is-
on, man. Get
This
your
list is
freak on.
total. This list is total crap. Shame on you, Rolling Stone. You douchebags.
Oh, we're only
You're a bunch
halfway
of
through, man.
scumbags. Yeah, jeez.
We're only
What
halfway
I don't
through.
even. Can I even take the other half?
Oh,
Continue,
my gosh.
Doc. Let's see.
All right, next one. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Formerly
Okay, so now that
484. So by the logic of that, okay, it's 484. Okay, it
Okay.
was barely on the list.
all right,
But no, that's another, dude.
groundbreaking chick, guitarist, singer who broke through the barriers, kicked some ass,
And just
that
as a song, when it even has a song though, you still hear that song played everywhere.
Everywhere.
Weddings,
Yeah.
ball games, everywhere.
Unbelievable.
It's part of the lexicon, man. At this point, it's part of the. But no,
I swear, this is driving me insane. What are they thinking? What the hell? Really? A legendary song is a legendary song. You just can't replace it. Just
Yeah.
jeez. No, how much was that? 484. Well,
484 before, right.
but still,
May not know, not originally done by Joan Jett. Originally, it was a British band called the Arrows. Back in
Really?
I want to say 75. I want to say it might have been 76.
there
They
you
originally
go.
recorded it, and then Joan got a hold of it and made rock.
There you
history.
go with that legendary big brain of yours. Doggone it.
Number 8. This is quite disturbing. The highest previous one on the list.
Oh,
Righteous
no, what?
Brothers. You've lost that love and feeling.
Okay.
Previously 34.
And it's not even
34
on the
off the
top
list.
500 of all time. Oh, boo. Boo. That's unacceptable, man.
Shame
lost
upon
that
you,
love-
Rolling Stone.
Yeah, shame. You should be flogged. Flogged, I tell you, you jerk offs. How dare you go at really legendary song? Jeez. It's one of the best songs ever. Let's face it.
Yeah.
In terms of music, the melody, the vocal, it's one of the best
It's been
songs
covered, been covered a ton of times.
Oh,
and it's one song.
Unbelievable. And it was what?
It was previously 34.
Oh, and
That was
it's
the
not even
highest
good
ranking
enough.
of this list. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Next up,
Oh,
previously
geez.
421, so not terribly high, but Billy Joel, Piano Man.
Great song. Like I say,
Yeah.
what was it replaced with? I want to
Yeah.
see the 16 songs that replaced these.
Well, I
Is
have
that-
the top 10 of the replacement ones.
Oh, let's worry about that afterwards.
We can do that in a little bit, yeah.
Oh, God, Piano Man. Great song.
But,
Billy Joel, legendary New York artist. Man,
Yeah.
I just don't.
I mean,
get
great written song. I mean,
this.
granted, it's no Get Your Freak On. Granted, lyrically, it's no Get Your Freak On, but
Oh
nonetheless.
my God, that really don't do that. That's horrible.
next one.
Do that.
Bob Dylan, The Times They Are Changing. How
Wait,
ironic.
wait, time out. Wait a while. What? They took that off of the list totally?
Totally. Previously, number 59. How ironic. The Times They Are Changing. Off the list.
Dylan should hold probably half of the top 20, for Christ's sake. Gee, crap. God. The times they are changing, that should be top 10 forever and ever and ever and ever.
Well, here's my issue with that too. I guess in these, times of protest, and this is again then 2021, so this is right after the summer of everything that was going on in 2020.
Right.
You would think that the Mac Daddy of protest songs would hold more weight, would hold more reverence.
Right.
But
Right.
in the world of rock and roll, that's it. I mean, other than going back to Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger and those guys, I mean, the times they are changing is the OG of protest songs. It's as far as rock and roll is concerned.
That's stunning. That is jeez. That really that. What do you say? What do you say, for crying out loud?
I would love to hear the reasoning behind some of these, and I'm sure it's going to be some millennial bull crap.
Some bullshit guy with big.
Well, we've reevaluated the culture, and we've decided, whatever.
No, well, I'm bitch slapping the son of a bitch.
Number 5, Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, an exceptional representation of Southern rock. Yeah. Just the epitome of Southern rock right there. That shouldn't be going anywhere.
I guess I'm not super surprised on that one, given that given the political climate and there's a lot of dated references in that song. People don't know what Watergate is anymore, or who Neil Young was, or the song Southern Man.
Southern Man don't need him around anyhow.
Yeah. So I don't think a lot of those references.
You're probably right on that. Nonetheless, it's it's a great representation of the Southern rock, which was a big part of the rock movement for sure. A lot of Southern rock bands and exceptional musicians. Most of them. So,
here's another one. I don't know. It's a great song, but Highway to Hell. AC/DC Highway to Hell.
Oh, well, I could give or take it. What was it listed?
It
was 254.
254 previously. So I can see where a new generation might not,
Highway to Hell
as enthused about that as we were when it came out. It's like it's one of the ultimate party songs.
Like Highway to Hell, but what about Stairway to Heaven?
I'm just gotta be still on there, but I'm sure it's dropped down to the low 300s or something.
Oh, crying out!
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. Next one is very disturbing to me. Previously 164, Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues. Dude. Yeah, that's probably the first song I was ever fully aware of, dude. I think I knew that song when I was 3 years old, man.
Okay.
In my house, that was what my parents listened to, Johnny Cash and Elvis. A lot of Johnny Cash and Elvis, man.
Yeah.
And to me, that was just one of the songs. It was like the national anthem or something.
That was a legendary concert, man. He went into a prison and did a concert in a prison, and
he wrote the song before then,
but nonetheless. I'm just saying, he went into the prison, and an iconic player. He, Boy Named Sue. I mean, that was all over the radio back in the day, and that came from the Folsom Prison concert.
Oh, that came from San Quentin.
Or San Quentin. I'm sorry. Right, San Quentin. But nonetheless, he went in there and kicked some ass. That song was all over the radio, and they're gonna. What was it? What was it ranked?
It was 164.
164, and they totally throw it off. See, that's the bullshit. That's the crap about it. Okay, if it's not 164 now, maybe it'll be 300, but it can't be thrown off the damn list. What the hell is that?
And I'm sure it's a politically correct thing, shot a man in Reno just to watch him die, that whole, who knows?
Christ, who knows? Unbelievable.
Number 2. God, I played this song. I was a wedding DJ. I think I played this song at every wedding I ever did.
Hot damn, baby.
Previously, number 54, Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman.
54, and they throw it off.
Oh, my God. One of the most soulful. Man, if you listen to that song and you don't feel something, man, just go check your pulse, man, or something. I mean, just the soulful delivery of that song and the lyrics, it makes everybody feel something, man. It is one of the great soul songs of all time. Greatest songs of all time. Forget soul song.
Period.
Oh my God.
And off the list, really.
This is where I start to feel sorry for the millennials, because they're missing out on this stuff, man.
Yeah.
They're missing out on these they're old and obsolete songs. Man, there's so much heart and soul in there that. Man, you're missing out, man. You
no electronica, just good song, just good melody.
Man. Pick up a Bo Diddley record, man. Just don't forget about the old shit, man. Please.
Yeah, the folks who got us here to where we are. A Man Loves a Woman, out of the list. unbelievable. Okay, I'm
And the
almost
number
afraid.
one song.
Oh, hang on a
number
minute.
one
Hang
song.
on. Hang on. I'm almost afraid to find out. I mean, this has been so disturbing to this point. Okay, lay it on us, Doc.
All right. So according to ranker.com, and they're people that vote there, all the fans, the number one song that is off the list now that should come back is Queen, We Will Rock You.
Okay. I
That song is still in heavy rotation. It's played at like every ball game,
Always
every
be at.
sporting event.
like Queen said, they made a song where the audience can participate. The
Yeah.
people at the crowd can participate with their feet and their hand. Boom, boom, pop, boom, boom, pop. And yeah, that's an amazing song by an amazing group fronted by a stunningly exceptional lead singer, Freddie Mercury, the late, great Freddie Mercury. And they just throw it off the damn list.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if it was coupled with We Are the Champions, because you always hear those two together. So I don't know if they
Just
were
the
on
fact
the
that
list together, but apparently not because it's just got that one song listed. But nonetheless,
they suck. Rolling Stones suck. You've sucked for so long. National Lampoon magazine's always was better than you. Just know that, Rolling Stone. National Lampoon magazine, always better than you. Jeez almighty. That's stunning. So Doc, you got a list there?
Yeah, I started kind of looking at some. Okay, who replaced these songs? Okay, who would replace these songs? So I started at the top, at the 500, at the one that barely got in.
Okay.
I didn't write down the numbers, but I just started listing these artists.
Lay it on us, man.
Yeah, that's where I got these are the artists starting that way. I got down about 10 or 12 of those. So you got Kanye West, Lizzo, Lil Nas X, The Weeknd, Solange. I believe that's Beyonce's sister.
Oh, I believe it is.
Lil Wayne, Azalea Banks, not from Tyra Banks, really? I don't know. Lady Gaga. Okay. I'll give you Lady Gaga, maybe. Lana Del Rey. Nah, doesn't do it for me. Migos. Not familiar with Migos, but damn it, they're better than When a Man Loves a Woman, damn it. And they're better than For What It's Worth. And Fallout Boy. Song Sugar We're Going Down, which that's a cool song.
Boy, I'm sorry.
Better than Walk This Way? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But now going back to the top of the list.
Okay.
These are the ones that they had that were in the top of the list. So we already spoke on number 8. Get your freak on. Dude, I will be disturbed. I will be disturbed by this for days and weeks to come.
Yeah.
Number 10, Hey Ya. We spoke about that one. Number 16, Beyonce, Crazy in Love.
What? Whatever. Jeez.
Whatever.
God.
Number 20, I've never even heard of this one. Dancing on My Own, Robin.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of her.
500 best songs ever.
One of the best songs ever.
Step aside, Ray Charles. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 25, Runaway by Kanye West.
No.
Don't know it.
No.
Now here's actually a good song I can see being on the list. Lord. Remember the song Lord? Royals? That's pretty decent song.
Lord. South Park.
Yeah.
South Park did a funny
Stan Marsh is really Lord, yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, I can see that one being on the list. That's one of recent years that's pretty damn good song. Number 45, Kendrick Lamar, song called All Right. Don't know it.
Right.
Number 46, I think it's just Mia, MIA, a song called Paper Planes, which I think I might know. It's got a heavy Clash sample in it. And I'm sure and that's the thing too, most of these songs are probably sampling the songs that they kicked off the list. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, ain't that an insult?
Yeah.
Adding insult to injury.
They're sampling. I know that song samples some Clash songs. And then number 50 from your favorite mine, Daddy Yankee, Gasolina.
I don't know. I give up. Yeah, I am a geezer.
That's the 50th. That's the 50th best song of all time.
I swear that's such
Way
crap.
better than Sweet Home Alabama or Folsom Prison Blues.
Oh, like you said, Hey Jude,
or
or
Long
any
Tall
of them.
Salary, or way better than any of those.
Oh, what a bunch
Way
of crap!
better than any of those.
What a disappointment, Rolling Stone
And the
is.
songs that were in the top 10 back in the day that we've come to kind of accept as great ones. Okay, Like a Rolling Stone fell to 4. Satisfaction fell to 31.
Sorry,
John Lennon Imagine to 19. Let's see. Beach Boys Good Vibrations fell to 53.
No, that's top 10.
Ray
Jeez,
Charles, What I Say, dropped to number 80. And Hey Jude, the previous number 8, which is now, as we know, Get Your Freak On. Hey Jude is now number 89.
Yeah, jeez.
89.
The times they are changing, my friend. Oh,
But that's not on the list either. That's not on the list either anymore.
This is out of control. This is totally crap. Good riddance.
So,
well, I'm disappointed, Doc. I'm disappointed.
Quite a geezerly episode, but well deserved. I believe. I think this new generation, their appreciation and ranking of popular songs is lacking. And quite honestly, like I said, I feel bad for him. I feel sorry for him.
What a shame, yeah, because nothing compares to the originators.
I can remember to a point. I can remember back in 1988. This is my crazy mind. Back in 1988, back when I used to read Rolling Stone, they had an issue out, and it was greatest 100 songs of the last 25 years. Okay, so that would be from 88 going back to 63. And I'm reading the article.
Wow.
It said the reason they chose that year to stop, because if it was before that, basically all 100 songs would have been in that era. So they've gone from having that appreciation of the early stuff, that we're not even going to consider that because it would be all that.
Yeah.
So now it's none of that, or very little of that.
Crazy.
It's just, and granted, it's 30 years ago and things have changed, but it just seems a pretty drastic change in stance on our approach to the whole thing. So,
well, we are the geezers, Doc, and change sucks. But you're right. The original, the originators of rock and roll. There's the fact that some of the songs are actually being pulled off the 500 just shows that they got no respect over there, Rolling Stone. But geez, another great show, man. Freaking A, brother. I got movable backgrounds now, which is freaking me out quite a bit, and I can actually see them now, which is great. But been another great show. I sure appreciate everybody coming by, and remember also, if you can, to subscribe to our YouTube page if you can. Like some videos if you would, and we are on all the podcast platforms, including, of course, YouTube and Rumble. So we hope you had a good time. I sure did, and I'm sort of blown away by that Rolling Stone list. So thanks again for stopping by. And what do you got to say there, Doc?
Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to vent. But
yeah,
we've got the next show coming up. We'll be talking about. We've got the Taylor Hawkins tribute coming up this week. I'm sure we'll get into that. And then we have our last concert of our summer season, although it's officially not summer now. But we got it with our season pass. So Friday we'll be seeing Megadeth and the Mongolian hard rock band The Hue, among others, but those are the two that we're most interested in.
Yeah, Five Finger Death Punch headlining, yeah.
Yeah, they're headlining, but yeah, whatever.
We'll see. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by, and Doc, it's been good jamming with you, man.
Absolutely, man. Everybody have a great rock and roll filled week, and we will see you next time.